Hello, good day. This is Jun Lee in NCLEX and PNL Tips by Jun Lee Scala. And today we will be discussing the concept of your nursing leadership and management part 1. We are trying to divide po the concepts here because I'm actually preventing or avoiding na maging dragging yung discussion. And aside from that, it would be easy for us to upload the videos here in our channel. Okay, let's proceed. This is actually one of the most important topic in your NCLEX or your PNLE because it is here where you are asked of certain things when you are already doing managerial positions in the nursing service. Could it be in the hospital or in other fields of nursing? Okay, now let's discuss first the concept of your leadership. When we say leadership class, this is the process of motivating people to do something. No, it is actually a process. No, a process of motivating. Take note of the word motivating. Why? Because a leader is actually ought to motivate. No, for his followers or those people or persons under him or her. No, to do something. Take note of the word motivation. Why? Because it is very distinct to a leader to motivate his or her followers, unlike in the concept of the management or of a manager. Okay, now for us to easily understand, the concept of your leadership is actually a more dramatic concept. Okay, mas dramatic siya, class. Parang mas when you hear all those concepts relating to leadership, it is more dramatic, it is more artistic compared to that of management. Upon the other hand naman, class, kapag sinabi nating management, okay, it is a set of interactive or interrelated processes. Kasi most of the time nalilito tayo on the concept of leadership and then management. Where in fact, kapag sinabi nating leadership has no specific frame because it is in the management wherein we have this set of interactive or interrelated processes. And what are these processes? Later on, as we proceed upon this discussion, we will be discussing those leadership and then management. Kapag sinabi natin a process of motivation, that is leadership. No, a set of interactive or interrelated processes, that is what we call as your management. Now let's continue. Now we compare a leader and a manager. We made here a table of comparison for us to differentiate who is a leader and who is a manager. Okay, when we say leader, class, those are the people who motivate their followers to do the right things. Remember, to do the right things. Okay, gawin natin kung ano yung tama. Yun yung sinasabi ng isang leader. Upon the other hand, kapag sinabi naman nating manager, yun yung nagsasabi na we need to do things right. Okay? Dito, amid the process, sinasabi niya, gawin natin yung tama. Okay? Upon the other hand, si manager naman gumawa, no? Para maitama yung bagay. At the end of the day, no, we need to do things right. Okay? Next is, kapag sinabi nating leader, he is a change agent, class. He always aim for change, no, pagbabago, development. Something that is distinct to a leader is that he is a change agent. He aims for change. He aims for development, for something new. Upon the other hand, si manager is more firm and rigid, no? Ang aim niya, class, it is just the continuity or dapat maging spontaneous ka lang on the things that you do. No, hindi ko kailangan ng change. I don't need change. I don't need development. All you have to do is just do the things you've been doing for a very long time already. Yun yung sinasabi ni manager, class. Now, kapag sinabi naman nating leader, he or she is also futuristic, class. He always thinks of the future, what's ahead of us. Upon the other hand, kapag sinabi nating manager, class, kung ano lang yung present. Yun yung sinasabi dito, class. We do it now. We just think of now. Let's forget of the things that are ahead of us. Okay, yun yung sinasabi dito sa concept of your management or manager. Now, si leader, class, asks why. Why do we do these things? Okay, bakit natin ginagawa ang mga bagay-bagay na ito? No? Ano ang rason? What is the reason? What is the rationale behind this? Okay? Upon the other hand, kapag sinabi nating manager class, kapag binigyan ka ng task, halimbawa, you do these things, sasabihin ng manager, sino gagawa? Ano ang gagawin? Paano gagawin? Okay? Si leader, tatanungin niya, why do we do this? Is this for change? Is it for the future? Yan. Yun yung sinasabi dito, class. Si manager, yun lang yung tatanong niya. Sino ang gagawa? Ano ang gagawin? Paano gagawin? No? Okay. Now, next. Si leader, tinitingnan niya, class, ang potentials ng kanyang followers. Okay? Tinitingnan ang potentials, ang talent. Okay? Kung sino ba yung gagawa dito, class, is someone who has an expertise on that thing. Yun yung sinasabi ni leader. Kasi, kahit na anong gawin ng isang tao, okay? Kung hindi niya expertise or hindi niya field expertise ang bagay niyan, hindi magiging maganda ang output niyan. Yun yung sinasabi ni leader. Upon the other hand naman, class, sabi ni manager, wala akong pakialam kung you have the potential, if you have the talent. If you are just performing, if you have been appointed on that, kung ikaw yung na-appoint dyan, may talent ka man o wala, no? If you have potential or wala, gawin mo ang dapat mong gawin because you have been appointed and you need to perform. Yun yung sinasabi ni manager. Okay? Para mas madaling matandaan nating, class, ito yung nilagay ko, class. Kapag sinabi nating leader, that is someone who is artistic, who is more into the field of art, no, into the field of creation. Upon the other hand naman, class, kapag sinabi nating manager, class, he is governed by specific frameworks, no. Let's continue. Now, class, I will be discussing to you at this point the theories of leadership kasi napakarami nito, class. Here, I put the theory, the proponent, kung sino yung nag-propose nito, and the concept. First, in the concept of your theories of leadership, first, at pinakasikat, class, is yung tinatawag nating great man theory. Now, class, kapag sinabi nating great man theory, proposed by Aristotle. That's why, class, this is otherwise known as your Aristotelian theory. Sulat ninyo, Aristotelian theory. Aristotelian theory. Okay? Aristotelian theory of leadership. Sabi niya, leaders are born and not raised. Ibig sabihin, class, yung mga leader daw, sabi ni Aristotle, sabi niya, ang leader daw, no, nasa dugo yan. Okay? Example, marami pa rin countries in the world now, ang merong monarchy form of government, yung may mga hari, reyna, prinsipe, prinsesa, just like ang pinakasikat, the United Kingdom, no? Sabi ni Aristotle, nasa dugo yan, no? Kahit hindi pa nade-develop ang isang bata, he or she has already a leadership potential. Yun yung sabi ni Aristotle. Okay? The great man theory. Another concept, class, or another theory is yung tinatawag nating trait theory. Okay, the trait theory by J.M. Burns. Sabi naman ni J.M. Burns, kinontra niya yung sinasabi ni Aristotle. Okay, although sinabi niya at first that leadership, yes, has traits. That's why it is called traits, no? Pero sabi niya, example, yung mga hari-reyna, okay? Sabi niya, yes, merong leadership traits ang isang tao, but if we are not going to develop these traits, no, it will go into vanity. Sabi niya, leaders are raised, not born, no? Although sinabi niyan, yes, that we can inherit our leadership traits, it cannot be developed if we will not develop the same. That's why sinabi niya, we need to develop these traits. Okay? By what? By trainings, by practices, by developing, by learning. Okay? By proper education. Yun yung sinasabi ni J.M. Burns. Example, class, alam nyo, may mga pamilya, di ba, that sinasabi, ay, ito may dugong nurse to. Ito may lahing mga doktor. Ito may lahing mga engineer, mga abogado. A family of doctors, a family of lawyers. Okay? And therefore, it is expected na bawat isang bata na mabubuhay sa lahi na yan, that he falls into the traits of this family of doctors, family of lawyers. But you cannot be a lawyer, you cannot be a doctor without studying law, without studying medicine, without studying nursing. Okay? Yun yung sinasabi ni J.M. Burns. Okay? Now, let's continue. Another one is yung tinatawag natin charismatic theory. Ang charismatic theory na to, class, alam natin to. Sabi dito, a leader inspires others. Okay? Ini-inspire niya daw ang ibang tao. Okay? Lalo ng kanyang mga followers by obtaining emotional commitment from followers. Okay? Ino-obtain niya daw ang emotional commitment ng followers niya. Bakit? No? presence pa lang ng isang charismatic leader class, you are already auto-follow. Okay, hindi pa nagsasalita, gusto mo nang sundin kung ano yung iutos niya. Okay, yun yung tinatawag nating mga charismatic leaders. On one of the famous charismatic leader class, sinasabi, okay, is halimbawa is si Hitler, si Adolf Hitler. Why? Because when he commands during his time, talagang mapapasunod yung mga soldiers niya. Okay? And we have so many charismatic leaders in our history. Mandela, we also have Mahatma Gandhi. Okay? They are all charismatic leaders. When we say charismatic leader naman, class, it could either be upon your looks, upon your eloquence. No? Kasi may mga leader class na magaling talaga magsalita. And when they speak, we are really listening. Okay? And when they give us instructions, we really auto-follow. Because they are very, very charismatic. Okay? Next is yung tinatawag nating situational theory by Mary Parker Foley, by Hershey and Blanchard. Sabi naman dito, class, leadership styles daw vary upon different situations. And that there is no specific, okay, there is no best, okay, type of leadership. Sabi dito ni Blanchard. Okay? There is no best leadership type. Okay? Because why? A leader daw dispenses his leadership styles upon different situations. Yun yung sinasabi dito ni Hershey and Blanchard. Okay? Next, another is yung tinatawag natin contingency theory. Si contingency theory naman, proposed by Fred Fiedler, sabi niya, leadership style will be effective or ineffective depending on situation. Pareho sila ni situational theory, only that, sabi ni Fred Fiedler, no, nag-focus siya, class, sa ineffectivity or effectivity of a certain leadership style given upon a certain situation. Let's continue. Next is yung tinatawag nating path goal theory by House. Sabi ni House, a leader daw minimizes obstructions, no, to the goal and facilitates task by rewarding. Okay? Minimize daw, okay, ni House yung obstructions, no, to our goal. Ibig sabihin kung may mga balakid along the way, no, towards the goal that we have or we have set, no, we are going to remove all those obstruction and we're going to facilitate task, no, by rewarding. Okay? Halimbawa, may mga kumukontra sa iyo, class. Okay? In your leadership as a supervisor, nursing supervisor ka na sa ward. Okay, now sa ward may kumukontra sa'yo. What are you going to do is kakausapin mo sila and you are going to compromise, no, with them. Notwithstanding you as a person already in the managerial position, no, you need to compromise, but you do not have to compromise the processes. No, you need to compromise upon specific things with limitations. No, hindi siya mag-go beyond, no, the leadership that you are actually dispensing. Okay? Yun yung sinasabi ni Eddie House. Halimbawa, okay, sige, if that's the thing, you are always late because you breastfeed, okay? You are may anak ka at wala kang asawa, you are a single mom. Example, sige, I'm going to adjust upon your time, basta I'm also going to adjust on your logging out in the ward. Okay, halimbawa, late kang pumapasok, sige, you have to extend before going out. Okay, that's the best example. Okay, next is the transactional theory by Burns also. Sabi niya, a leader daw engages his followers. Okay, a leader engages his followers by contract of mutuality and contingent rewards. Okay, yun almost the same rin siya kay path goal theory. Yun lang, si path goal theory is very broad in nature. Si transactional naman, class, mas specific siya. Why? Because si leader really engages his followers by compromise or contract of mutuality, because there is an understanding that you should perform upon this agreement or contract of mutuality. Next, class, is yung tinatawag nating transformational theory. When we say transformational theory naman, class, okay, sabi ni Heinrich von Prier dito, a leader provides intellectual simulation and employees development. Okay, si transformational theory naman, class, from the word itself, si transformationalist na leader, class, okay, focuses on the development of his or her personal employee. Kasi sabi niya, for me to reach my goal, I need my workers to be highly intellectual and highly developed person. That's why papapag-aralin ko sila. No? I will be giving free masteral, no? Halimbawa sa isang hospital class, may isang free masteral degree or may scholarship upon those best employee or best personnel. So, ang gagawin naman ng mga nurses, halimbawa, because I want to earn master degree at wala ako masyadong pera, I need to perform to my very best, no? Yun yung sinasabi dito ni transformational theory. Next class is yung tinatawag nating servant leadership by Greenleaf. Sabi ni Greenleaf class, a leader daw practices what he preach. Because sa servant leader class, as a servant leader, okay, you need to do things that you ought to let others follow, no, or you command to others. Because you are commanding others to do so, you need also to practice the same. Okay, yung sinasabi dito ni Greenleaf. Okay, servant leadership. You are a servant or you're a follower of the things you command into others. Okay? Next is yung tinatawag nating result-based leadership by Jack Welch. By the way, si Jack Welch po ang pinakakilalang CEO ng GE or yung General Electric. Okay? Ito, ang GE po, ito yung brand ng pinakasikat. Okay, ito yung brand ng stove ninyo sa bahay. Okay? Or yung fluorescent bulb ninyo sa bahay. Okay, sabi ni Jack Welch, a leader daw opens recommendations to simplify practices and procedure. Why? Because nakikita ni Jack Welch o nakikita daw ng isang leader ang result ng every intervention na binibigay natin to our consumers, halimbawa to our clients or to our patients. If there are some failures or if there are some need for improvements, no, a leader opens recommendations to simplify practices or procedures. Okay, yun yung sinasabi dito ni Jack Welch. Okay? Next. Now, presently, class, we have several types of your leadership. Okay? And generally, we have 4 categories here or 4 types here. Number 1 is yung tinatawag nating autocratic. Number 2, the democratic. Number 3, laissez-faire. Or tinatawag ng iba the laissez-faire or the free reign leadership. And then next is yung tinatawag nating multicratic. Okay? Didiscuss natin to isa-isa. Autocratic, democratic, laissez-faire, and then the multicratic. Okay. Now, first is yung tinatawag nating autocratic. When we say class autocratic, this is also known as your dictatorial leadership or your dictatorship. Okay? This is also known as your I leadership. Ako. Tandaan ninyo. Ako. When we say A, ako is to autocratic letter A. Okay? A leader-focused leadership ito, class. And that certain leader, class, gives the orders and makes the decision. Okay? Autocratic ang tawag natin dito, class. Now, class, kapag tinatanong tayo, when is autocratic type of leadership best used, class? It is best used during emergencies. Tandaan ninyo, class, ha? Halimbawa, class, during emergencies or nagkaroon ng fire in your hospital, class. Only one person must command or must do the commanding, no, for you to be able to survive, no? Kasi kung lahat leader, okay, kung lahat nagko-command, it will make the process of getting out from the hospital very chaotic. Mas mahihirapan kayo doon. Okay? That's why, class, it is best used during emergencies. That's why when we commanding, di ba? Halimbawa, nagka-counting 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, down. Yan. Okay? This is best used during emergencies. Next, class, is yung tinatawag nating democratic. Ito, alam natin to. This is also known as your participative leadership. Okay? The participative leadership. Halimbawa, sa mga country, most of the countries in the world, no democratic form of government sila. That's why it's participative leadership. That's why we vote. Majority of the people are heard. No, this is otherwise known as will leadership. Okay? Dito, class, a leader facilitates follower in making decisions. Ang role dito, class, ni leader is only the facilitator, okay, of the decision making made, no, by the subordinates or the followers. Okay? Halimbawa, class, in the context of our government in the Philippines. No, our form of government is actually democratic, and in democratic, we are a form of republic, class, and we are actually the people who makes the decisions by means of our representatives in the House of Representatives and also in the Senate, because we voted for them. That's why they won, class. Now, all of the decisions, halimbawa, in the lawmaking body, no, are decided by the Congress, both by the House of Representatives and the Senate. Now, that is a form of democratic leadership because everyone is involved, everyone participates. Okay? Now, let's continue to your number 3. Number 3 naman, class, is yung tinatawag nating laissez-faire. Okay? Laissez-faire or yung tinatawag na free reign leadership. Okay? Dito naman, class, no specific leader. Walang specific leader dito, class. No specific leader, no specific organizational structure. Walang ganito, class. Everyone are followers. No leader. Okay? Dito naman, class, this is a type of leadership wherein there is a passive and permissive type, no? Or passive and permissive leadership. Magulo siya, class, because walang person who will do the commanding, walang magko-command, walang leader, no? That's why magulo siya. Everyone is leader. Okay? Magulo yan, and this is very dangerous. Okay? Next class is yung tinatawag nating multicratic. Multicratic, class, also known as situational leadership. Okay? Also known as your situal leadership. Dito naman, class, this is type of leadership na flexible and then adaptable. And it is actually the combination of styles depending upon the situation. Okay? This is actually one of the best. No, if not the best, I could say one of the best type of leadership. Why? Because di ba nagva-vary kasi ang ina-apply nating type of leadership depending upon the situation given. Okay? Let's continue. We are done with the types of leadership. We have the autocratic, we have the democratic, we have the laissez-faire, and then the multicratic. Only 4. Now, let's continue to your sources of power. Why? Because being and becoming a leader, class, you need to have that power. You need actually to have that convincing power to let your subordinates follow you. Okay? And we have here the different sources of power, no? The different sources or the different types of power that we have. Okay? First, we have the connection power, we have the coercive power, legitimate power, information power, personal power, expert power, and reward power. Para mas madaling matandaan, class, tandaan natin, di ba mayroong tawag dito, insurance company na Coco Life. Okay? Dito, class, magkakaroon ka doon ng power, class. Ang power kasi minsan tinatawag yung life, di ba? Buhay. Okay? When you have life, you have power, class. Coco Life. Okay, tandaan ninyo, Coco Lifer. Okay, tandaan ninyo, Coco Lifer. Coco Lifer. Connection, coercive, Lifer. Legitimate information, personal, expert, and then reward. O, Coco Lifer. Connection, coercive, legitimate information, personal, expert, and reward. Okay, madaling matandaan. I know you have to memorize that. Okay, for you to be able to easily remind of yourself what are the sources of your power. Now, let's continue. Let's proceed to your first one, the connection power. Connection power, class, is otherwise known as your referent power. No? It is the power based on one's relationship to a powerful person. From the word itself, connection. Okay, ito yung mga power, okay, ng mga tao na mayroong mga kapamilya, halimbawa, na malalakas sa gobyerno, example, no, malalakas sa isang kumpanya, for example. Okay? And we cannot actually deny the fact na mayroong ganito talaga. And that is actually a source of power. Okay? We cannot actually deny this fact. No, it is the power based on one's relationship to a powerful person. Example, anak ka ng chief nurse, okay? Tapos kagagraduate mo lang ng nursing. Tapos nag-medicine ka, anak ka na ng chief nurse. Now, if you are the anak ng chief nurse, okay, it is actually expected that you can be hired or you will easily be hired by the hospital itself because you have the connection power. Okay? Let's continue. Next is yung tinatawag nating coercive power. When we say coercive power naman, class, this is the power based on one's ability to inflict fear or threat. Okay? This is the power used upon by those persons na physically malalakas. Ito daw yung power na ginagamit halimbawa in the concept of your battery, okay? In rape, no? Halimbawa, those strong person, halimbawa kasi in the society, di ba mas malalakas ang mga lalaki, no? This is the power used by the inflective persons o yung mga tao na mahilig mambuli ng ibang tao. Okay? That is coercive power. Okay, next naman classes yung tinatawag nating the legitimate power. This is a power based on appointment, position, or policies. Example, you have been appointed as the new chief of hospital. You have been appointed as new nursing manager. You have been appointed as the new chief nurse, as a new supervisor, okay, as the new charge nurse. Now, you have power. And that is actually a legitimate power. Why? Because there's specific order. No, you are governed by an appointment. You are actually ruled by a position or governed by policies. And actually, class, according to Max Weber, tandaan ninyo, si Max Weber ang nagsabi nito. According to Max Weber, class, this is the best source of power. Tandaan ninyo, class, ha? Okay, your legitimate power is the best source of power. Next class is yung tinatawag nating information power. Okay? When we say information power naman, class, from the word itself, information power. This is the power based on possession of valuable data or information. Okay, halimbawa. Okay, there is a crime that occurred outside the hospital. Okay? And then, a patient has been admitted due to gunshot wound. And you took care of that specific patient na victim of the gunshot wound, and eventually the patient survived. And because you were one of the nurses na naghandle ng patient na yan, you had the records, you had the information, you had the chart, you have the nurse's notes, and because you possess such information, no, upon discharge, when filing of cases are done already, no, and there's already a court order for you to appear by means of subpoena, and you were required by the court to bring with you a chart together with the doctor, example, now you have actually that power, no, based on possession of valuable data or information, because of that specific information that you possess or you carry. Okay, this is actually common among witnesses, halimbawa sa mga nurses upon the court. Okay? Next is yung tinatawag nating personal power. Personal power, na-discuss na natin to kanina. This is the power based on one's charisma or personal qualities. Halimbawa, class, talagang may mga tao, halimbawa yung may mga hitsura, mga gwapo, magaganda, no? Halimbawa, class, if they are nurses, magandang nurse, gwapong nurse, they really are one of the favorites, okay, of our managers, of our leaders, no? We cannot deny this one because of the personal power that they have. Okay? Halimbawa, mayroon din namang hindi masyadong maganda, tama lang, hindi masyadong gwapo, tama lang, pero malinis silang tingnan tapos mukhang palaging mabango, yung tipong parang bagong ligo always. Okay? Yun yung personal power, charisma, because of their personal qualities, which are actually good qualities. Okay? Next class is yung tinatawag nating expert power. Dito, class, the power arises from one's knowledge or expertise. Okay? Dito, class, ang power, class, the source of our power here, it's because of our, para siyang personal, but this focuses on the knowledge or expertise of a person. Okay, halimbawa, class, when you have been trained as the first nurse anesthetist in your hospital, you become you have that expert power of that certain expertise that you have. Because not everyone, actually ikaw pa lang, di ba? Not everyone in the hospital has the same power as you have, no? Which is becoming the first nurse anesthetist. Okay? Ang tawag natin dyan is your expert power. Okay, yung tipong hindi gagana yung hospital kung wala ka. Parang ganun. Okay, let's continue to number 7. Number 7, class, is yung tinatawag nating reward power. Ito yung mga power ng mga rich kid mong classmates, okay? Pati mga rich kid nating mga supervisors. Okay, power that is based on the ability to distribute anything that other may value. Example, in the hospital. During the COVID-19 pandemic, nauso yung mga rewards ng mga hospitals. Hazard pay, okay? Meron pang mga ibang mga rewards, no? Mayroong mga ibang mga benefits, no? At merong mga hospitals that actually give halimbawa mga rice allowances, housing allowances for nurses. That is actually an example of reward power, because you are convincing you are convincing your subordinates to perform on these performances they ought to perform or ought to follow by means of reward. No, these are reward power. Now we're done with the first discussion here in Nursing Leadership and Management, part 1. Please subscribe and hit the button bell of this channel for you to be updated with the videos we will be uploading. We will be uploading more and more videos here in NCLEX and PNL Tips by Junlee.